Okay. Probably all areas.
Scott Miner, the CIO of Guggenheim's investment management division, he said he believes the next recession is coming within the next 2 years. I mean, is that what your kind of timeline?
I think it actually could be sooner. Let's start with just overall credit quality. So the high yield and leverage loan marketed at all-time high, outstanding debt. The credit quality of the investment grade sector, 50% is at the lowest rung of investment grade, which is a sign of the deterioration in the quality of credit. Corporate debt to GDP is at the highest level it's been in U.S. history. So I think that's what those distressed investors are looking at. For the economy, for workers and producers and consumers, this is a very scary scenario. If interest rates do increase, as the Fed is trying to engineer, those increased interest rates are going to put constraints on, they're going to create higher borrowing costs for governments, for corporates, and for consumers as they try to roll over their debt. And that the incremental debt service that higher interest rates will create, puts a constraint on investment, on spending, and could very well lead to a recession. That to me seems like a perfect storm.
There have been times when the stock market has gone down 50%. So I think that history shows that you can have big changes. And I think that the bubble is bigger than ever, mainly because of what we've just gone through.
So I want to say Barak Hawa, Barak Hawa Shah, Barak Hawa, Barak Hawa Shah, Bahashim Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutations to you brothers out there doing this work of truth and sincerity. I'd like to say Mawathla Babel, which is death to Babylon. And just a real quick video on the economic collapse that's going to happen in the U.S., spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. This place economy is going to decrease even more, because also it's prophecy. And there's nothing new under the sun. Going back to the time when Joseph was sold into the Egyptians, he saved the through the power of Yahweh Shemi Shai, he ended up saving the Egyptians and Jacob and his brothers from the practically, the economic collapse in Egypt during that time. They had a famine. The money fell. All of that happened then, and it's gonna happen now. And these guys on here and explaining that, when you look at the national debt that America have, that's what, no more than $21 trillion. When you look at America's debt all around, that right there alone hitting, I believe, $70 trillion, $80 trillion. I will have to look at the debt again, America's debt clock. But this place is in debt, man, high debt, and the debt for America is constantly rising, and that debt is going to lead this wicked kingdom into an economy collapse. The stock market is going to crash. The DOJ is going to crash. The Dow Jones industry, all of that's going to crash, and it's happening. Then you have the trade war that's going on with China and the U.S. That's making everything for this place even worse, which is a beautiful thing, because that goes to show you that the Lord wants this place to go down, and He's taking it apart bit by bit.
This is not going to end well. And I don't think the Fed is going to be able to save us again. So if you get it wrong this time, you're done. You're down for the count. You can't just hold and hope, right? If the stock market gets cut in half again, the Fed's not going to bail you out with another round of quantitative easing. They're not going to bail you out with rate cuts, because the next time the Fed tries to do that, it will destroy the dollar.
So real quick, because at the end of the day, I don't give a damn who say that they're preparing for this. Their ass is gonna be destroyed, because the only way you can prepare to come out of this situation that's in the U.S. is by trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And the only ones that can trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, really the elect and the 1/3. 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed here in America when the racial wars happen, the economy collapse, martial law. They're going to be caught up in those things. A lot of you niggas, you so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, could be killed before that. The Lord could put your ass to death before that, man. Like the scriptures tell you, some are for the famine, some are for the sword to the sword. So 2/3 of our people, they're not preparing. But then you got these carnal ass, Edomites and other nations who preparing for this shit to happen. They gathering water. They're gathering canned foods, shit that doesn't go spoil. They're putting all that shit away, so when the economy collapses, they can have all that shit when this shit happens. But they don't even know, man. The Lord's gonna put that lion in Jake, and lion gonna go. Jake gonna go take that shit, man. That lion and Jake gonna take that shit. I just want to get the points.
Paul warns that when the biggest bubble in the history of mankind bursts, it could cut the stock market in half. When this bubble finally bursts, will we witness the biggest stock market crash in U.S. history? The bigger they come, the harder they.
So if you've seen that right now, and it says comfort is not a. That's how you know that's a spirit, man. Because it said comfort is not your friend, right? Because brothers in this truth should know, man. This isn't the time to be getting comfortable, man. At your job, with your woman in the house, none of that shit, man. You shouldn't be in a mindset to be comfortable. You should be ready for this place to fall, man. So yeah, comfort is not your friend, man. This truth, the brotherhood, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This right here is our friend, man. That right there is our friend. And friend means brother, man.
Is a well-used phrase, but I think that it is very appropriate in this case. From a low of 6,443.27 on March 6th, 2009, we've seen the Dow nearly quadruple in value since the last financial crisis. It has been a remarkable run, and it has lasted far longer than virtually any of the experts anticipated. But what goes up must come down eventually. This stock market bubble was almost entirely fueled by easy money from the Federal Reserve, and now that easy money has been cut off. The insiders can see the handwriting on the wall, and they're getting out of the market at a pace that we haven't seen since 2008. Could it be possible that the day of reckoning is finally at our door? Of course, we have been hearing warnings like this for a very long time. In fact, I have been warning about a market crash for a very long time. Just the other day, one of my watch preachers insisted that if something was going to take place, that it would have happened by now. In the internet age, we have been trained to have very short attention spans, but financial bubbles don't care about the length of our attention spans. They all inevitably come.
Right, you know what? He said the financial bubble don't give a damn about these people attention spans. You know what? Yahweh Shemel Shah don't give a fuck about these people attention spans. The true Lord in power, who people ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ. He don't give a damn about these people attention spans, because ultimately the Lord knows his servants. And at the end of the day, he's going to feed his servants, man. At the end of the day, his servants thirsty, he's going to give them something to drink. And these people that's out here, man, in the world, and they want to be here in America, and they want America to be here forever, well, the Lord's going to start putting them people to death, man. The Lord ain't dealing with these people out here in this wicked society, in this wicked place. That's why all of this stuff is happening, man. All of these things are a factor that's happening, and being worded in the scriptures, man.
To a better end, but they don't reach that end until they are good and ready. And without a doubt, we are on borrowed time. But meanwhile, so many of us that are continually warning about what we're facing are getting a lot of heat for it. For instance,
hey, if you watch that movie Spider-Man, right now you've seen that dude played on Spider-Man, and he was an example of people that don't believe. He was a perfect example of people that don't believe in the warnings. You know what I'm saying? And when brothers out there, we speaking and we telling them of the upcoming destruction and everything like that, we already understand who's gonna get this word. We already understand who's gonna matter of fact, let me get it, man. Let me get this real quick, and then I'll grab that Genesis 47. Yeah, my battery's dying. Let me grab this real quick. Damn, it just tracked my mind. Real quick, matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and grab 47, because the scripture that I had just left my mind, man. Salakia. So this is Genesis. Let me see, 47 and 15. It says, and when money failed in the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why shall we die in thy presence? For the money felleth. So just like the money that fell in Egypt at that time is going to fall in America, because there's no new thing under the sun, man. If you look at America's debt clock, real quick. So if you look at the U.S. debt clock, the U.S. national debt is $21 trillion. So that's not really something we really want to look at. Is right here, the U.S. total debt. The U.S. total debt is $70 trillion, man. So if you look over this this debt clock, you will see that America, man, the dollar is going to collapse at the end of the day, man. You gotta look at these things, man. You gotta go into them to see what's happening, here in this kingdom. Because if you're measuring the time, you will see that this place is on its way out the door, man. At the end of the day. So hey, man, the money's gonna fail here, man. And then you got them niggas who's sitting back thinking that America ain't gonna go down. They laughing and they joking about it, but at the end of the day, man, the Lord's gonna show who he's dealing with and who he's not. So I just wanted to get that real quick, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and say all praise and due to Yahweh Shema Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakadash, and double underscore the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I'd like to say shalom.